The question is, how do we warn people against listening to the internet sheikhs such as Menk, which is a Mufti Menk? Subhanallah.
You have this one.
First of all, we are in a very Bismillah walhamdulillah wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillahi wa ba'd. First of all, we are living in very confusing times in the sense that everybody has immediate access to potentially thousands, if not hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people by way of things like social media and the various different forms and types, whether we are speaking about Twitter or Facebook or any of these other methods. So using these platforms, we see, and we've seen in the past 5 to 10 years, past 5 years specifically, where we have these personalities appearing. And if you look at these personalities, you will see something common amongst all of them. And you see this also in Mufti Menk very, very clearly, which is that these people, if you look at what they speak about, the nature of what they speak about, the content of what they speak about, you will see clearly that it is not based around haqq and batil, truth and falsehood, sunnah and bid'ah, tawheed and sunnah. Rather, what they speak about are things which people are, which first of all, no one is really going to dispute about. Issues of akhlaq, manners, issues to do with family, issues to do with marriage, issues to do with divorce, issues to do with, interacting with non-Muslims. All of these are really non-controversial issues. And if you ask any person from any firqa, from any different sect, you will find pretty much a uniform answer. And this is because these individuals, these people, they are really, what they are looking at is an audience. Huge audiences, huge numbers, huge followings. And for those people to conceal the truth, this is kitman wal ilm. It's concealing the knowledge. It's concealing the truth. So instead of, for example, speaking about clearly issues that they would know and would have knowledge of, such as, for example, the mistakes of Jama'atul Tabligh, or the mistakes of Al-Ikhwan Al-Muslimin, or the aspects of Sufism that you find amongst individuals or groups. So whatever mistakes that you find in the various countries that they go to, where they know that this population is from a Sufi background, and this population is from such and such background, and this population has an Ash'ari Aqidah, and this group has a... They know this, because when you go to these countries, you go to the Far East, you see that they are Shafi'i Ash'aris, you go to other places, you see they are Hanafi Maturidis, you see... All of these people will not touch upon these issues. They will not touch upon these issues. Now, some of them are very, very clever in that they will never ever mention anything controversial, which you can then say this is a mistake. Some of them are very, very clever. And this is like Mufti Menk. They will never delve into issues about what differentiates a Salafi from an Ikhwani, or from a Tablighi, or from an Ash'ari, or from whatever else. They will never touch upon these issues. But they will speak in the most general way, so you have nothing with which to criticize them. That in itself is a clear proof that these people are not upon the right aqidah or the right methodology. That in itself is sufficient proof. When you see a person not clarifying the haqq, the truth, and not speaking in accordance with the state and condition of the people, what we know of the people, that they are divided, that they are upon various beliefs and methodologies, and leaving all of that aside, which is the true reason for the disunity of the Muslim nation, leaving all of that aside and speaking about good manners, marital problems, issues of divorce, issues of inheritance, issues of akhlaq, issues, and then you know that this man is a silent devil. He is concealing the truth knowingly. And so this is Mufti Menk specifically, and there are others which have similar traits. So the way that you warn against people like that is you say that these people know the truth, and do not convey the truth. And they want to please the people, they want to build audiences, and they will never speak about groups or individuals, because first of all, either they pretend to be ignorant, or they actually genuinely are ignorant. Right? And just because they have credentials, they've been through, whatever institutions, does not mean that they have understood the Salafi Aqidah or the Salafi methodology, such that they should, speak on the basis of it. So either they pretend to be ignorant, or they actually are ignorant. Now contrast that to the scholars, the Salafi scholars, the people who we know to be people of ilm. For example, Imam Ibn Baz, rahimahullah ta'ala, and Imam Al-Albani, rahimahullah ta'ala. You look at these great scholars, what you see in their biography and in their whole life history, what you see from them. Imam Al-Albani, rahimahullah ta'ala, you see in his whole life, it's a refutation of every group that you can see present. He refuted Hanafis. He refuted them on the issue of grave worship. He refuted the various groups, Al-Ikhwan. He refuted Hizb al-Tahrir. How many debates he would have with these people on the issue of hadith, ahad, hadith, and so on and so forth. Allah's ulu, Allah's being above the throne. He refuted the Khawarij of this era, Safar Salman. He refuted Abdurrahman Abdul Khaliq on the issue of entry into parliamentary elections and things of that nature. He refuted the Sufis, Jama'at al-Tabligh. He refuted the Murji'ah, the Hanafi Maturidis on the issue of Iman. Everything that you see, he's making tasfiyah, he's clarifying the way, he's purifying the way. Same with Abdul Aziz ibn Baz, rahimahullah ta'ala. You see in his whole history, you see him speaking about Ash'aris, Sufis, Khawarij, Ikhwan, Tabligh, and individuals as well, specific individuals, not fearing the blame of anybody. This is what we know to be from the characteristics of a scholar, of an alim. It is manifest from his speech, from his writings, from his works. You see not only affirmation of the truth, you also see invalidation of the batil. Ibtalul batil and ihqaqul haqq. You see these two things at the same time. So anyone that you see in the field who is not clarifying the way in this manner, then this in itself is a proof that this person cannot be upon the way of the Salaf, and it's sufficient, that in itself is sufficient for you to abandon this man and leave him. Because it is not possible for anyone to know and understand the state of this nation, the ummah, and the splitting and the differing and the misguidances and the desires which are widespread amongst the people. And then all he does is he speaks about good manners, akhlaq, and unity, and marriage and divorce, and that's it. Right? So some of them are very clever. They will not give you anything by which to criticize them. They'll be very, very careful. And this is Mufti Menk. He's like that. So this is what we can say. Allah knows best.